Hi friends, welcome to Ellie and Mac's Best Fabrics for Summer event. My name is Sonia and I'm going to be taking you through some of the best fabrics for sewing for summer clothes this week. We are going to do 5 full days of all different types of fabric and go through why those fabrics are really great for sewing for summer. That includes durability, wicking for, if you're sweating, if it's hot out or anything like that. Breathability, of course. So lots of different characteristics of different types of fabric and why those are best for summer. Our event is very generously sponsored by So English, and they have a huge range of beautiful high quality fabrics. All of the kinds of fabrics that I'm going to be talking about this week I did get from So English, and so they might be in stock. It kind of depends on when you're watching this. There may be different colorways that are available, that kind of thing, but we can always help you out. If you have any questions, feel free to comment on the videos, and we are happy to answer any questions that we can, or direct you to somebody at So English that might have some more answers if we don't. So let's go ahead and get started. Day 1 is going to be cottons. Now, cotton is going to be one of the most commonly recommended fabrics for summer. It is a natural fiber. It's great for wicking. It's great for durability, those kinds of things. And there's a bunch of different types and blends of cotton. So we're going to kind of look at some of the options that you have in that family. So to get started, one of my favorite cotton blends is MVC, and that stands for micro viscose cotton. Now what that is you're going to think of a cotton that is like a luxury t-shirt, that kind of thing. It's got a really great drape, and so if you look at the fabric, and I know it's kind of hard to tell with this one because it's already sewed up into a shirt and I used all of my micro viscose cotton, so I don't have just a scrap piece to show you, but it's got really incredible drape. And so if you're looking for a pattern, say like a flowy t-shirt or a dress or something like that, that you want a really nice movement to, that is going to be your drape of your fabric. Something that is stiffer isn't going to flow as well. So the micro viscose cotton is great for that because it is a really nice, it's considered a medium weight, but it is on, I think it's on the lighter end of medium weight fabrics because it's just really thin, but that doesn't mean that it's see-through. It's definitely not see-through. You can see here the black, I've got my hand in there and you absolutely can't see anything through it. So it's a lightweight, which makes it really great for summer. It's going to be nice and cool for you and everything. This, and I'll show you guys a lot of the fabrics I have sewn up into Ellie and Mac patterns, and kind of hopefully that'll help explain maybe what types of fabric would be great for different patterns. So this one here is an autumn spice, and this has 2 different types of cotton in it, and we get this question a lot in the group, and that is, what about mixing different types of fabrics? So, and I actually was speaking with a young woman yesterday who wanted to make a discoverer tee, which is also color blocked similar to this. And we were talking about if you want to combine 2 different types of fabric in one shirt, what is the best way to go about that? Cottons and cotton blends are really great for combining for color blocking like this, because cotton has a great little bit of a stiffer hand, and what that means is it's got a little more body, a little bit more structure to it, and so it's going to have kind of the durability to hold up multiple types of fabric. So this one, for example, the camo, the brown camo, is a cotton spandex, and just so you guys know, spandex and lycra are the same thing. Lycra is a brand name, or spandex is a brand name. So interchangeable, it's just the stretchy that goes into the cotton, or mixed with the cotton. So anyway, so this is going to be the spandex on the top, and then you have the micro viscose cotton in the middle. And the reason that I ordered these the way that I did is because I wanted the most structured fabric on the top, so that it had the strength basically to hold up anything lighter below it. And if you have like maybe if you used a rayon, and rayons are really great also for summer. We're going to talk about rayons tomorrow. But if you use a rayon on the top, it typically doesn't have as good of recovery, so it doesn't bounce back and hold its shape as well as a cotton would. So a cotton is going to be better for holding that up. They're really durable, that kind of thing. So your micro viscose cotton, again, is going to be just a really super soft, just complete, think of like luxury designer t-shirts, that kind of thing. Alrighty, so micro viscose cotton and cotton modal are going to be pretty similar. They're both going to be a lightweight, maybe like think of a t-shirt weight cotton. This t-shirt that I'm wearing is also an Ellie & Mac. It is a t-shirt that is in pre-testing, so it will be coming out soon. You can keep your eyes out for that. And I'm not going to reveal the name or anything because those can always change. But this one is a cotton modal. It's the charcoal cotton modal. And the MVC, so the black right here, is going to be just a little bit, maybe just a little bit drapier. And then the cotton modal to me, feels just a little bit more cottony and not quite as silky. So, but it's still really nice, great drape, nice and lightweight, that kind of thing. So those are pretty similar if you're looking for like a t-shirt where you want to do the Discover tee, the everyday tee, the basic tee, you know, kids clothes, that kind of thing. And I'm going to make a PSA right now, public service announcement. If I do talk about kids clothes throughout this series, please know that you should always do your own research on what fabrics that you are using to sew for your children. There is lots of information out there about fabrics that are good and maybe not as good for kids because they don't breathe. And for kids' clothes, especially little kids and babies, it's important to have breathability where they can't regulate their body temperatures. So always do your own research as far as that goes. If you are looking for fabrics specific to kids' clothes, you want to look for compliant fabrics. So you can get on the Sew So English website and look up in their little search bar, just look for compliant fabrics, and those are fabrics that are legally, they've gone through a rigorous testing process that say that they are, you know, fire retardant enough and breathable enough and those kinds of things for kids' clothes. So if I do recommend anything for kids' clothing, always just know that if you want to make sure and be really safe, to look for anything that is compliant. So, that being said, cottons I really like to use. It's a great fabric for kids' clothes like French terries, and So So English has a lot of compliant French terries as well, and those are fantastic. They're really soft, so we'll get into those in a minute. But cotton is also very durable, so that makes it really fantastic for summer because it has that bounce back, and it also has the breathability. So that is a cotton modal and micro viscose cotton. So this right here is a basic tee, and this one is the single jersey cotton spandex. Now this cotton blend is going to have a lot more body to it, so that means a lot more structure, and that's why I use this one to make a shirt for my husband, because it's not quite as drapey. It's got, when you say it's got more body, it's got a little bit more weight, a little bit more structure, that kind of thing. And because of that, in my opinion, I think that you know, these jerseys and that kind of thing are really fantastic for stripes, especially because it's got a little bit of a stiffer body to it. It is easier to do the stripe matching on the sides. So whereas if you're working with a really slinky fabric like different rayons and ITYs and things like that, they like to move around. This is a lot easier to do that with. So I went ahead and braved the stripes for my husband. So this one is, again, the everyday tee. It's going to be nice and lightweight for him, also durable, very breathable. We live out in the desert, so you need something that is going to be comfortable in the heat, and that is exactly this. You can see with the shirt and also with the fabric here that it still has good drape. And so you can use it for dresses, you know, t-shirt dresses, swing dresses, that kind of thing. Maybe like the sweetie pie dress. This would be really great for summer. The other good thing about a cotton blend like this is because it has the body to it and it has the spandex in it, it's obviously got really, really great stretch to it. So it's good, and the spandex means it's really good recovery. So if you wanted to use this for a tulip dress, for example, then you could do that. If you wanted a tulip dress or maybe something else that's fitted, sometimes I like to take the everyday tee and size it down for a fitted, or use the fitted cut and maybe size it down even one more from that if you want just like, you know, a nice fitted little tee. Then something like this is going to be great for that because it has really good recovery. So this one, again, is a single jersey cotton spandex, perfect for summer. And the last cotton that I'm going to talk about today is going to be your French terries. Now there is a bunch of different types of French terries, and we'll go through a few of them today. There's tons of different variations, but I'll show you some that I have seen the most popular on the website, and a lot of these are blends as well with polyester, but because they have the cotton in there, I think it really makes them great for summer. So this one right here is going to be a poly cotton spandex. So this one, and I made some really, like a really cute sweater at Valentine's Day out of this, but the French terry for summer is also great for like t-shirts and that kind of thing. It's really awesome for joggers, and I don't know about you guys, but I love to wear joggers and jogger shorts and that kind of thing, like the Good Vibes joggers all the time. They're just super comfy. Wear them around the house when I'm chasing my little kiddo around and that kind of thing. The French terry is great. It is so comfortable, and there's a lot of prints that you can really dress it up. So that actually, sidebar, reminds me that you guys should, if you haven't already, checked out the albums in the Ellie and Mac group. And so if you go onto the sidebar where it says photos, and then you can go to albums, Lakeisha has started doing albums of all of the new patterns that release, and so you can scroll through those and it will say what type of fabric each of the testers used, and so you can see how the different fabrics fit, how they drape, you know, that kind of thing. And it is fantastic because I saw some cotton Miami wrap tops for that top that just came out. That's a fantastic top for cotton or French terry, that kind of thing, because of the fact that this has a really good structure to it. So it's a fitted top, it's not going to stretch out too much or like sag by the end of the day or anything like that. So the French terries are great. They are lightweight, perfect for joggers, shorts, t-shirts, that kind of thing. This one is a cotton, it has the cotton in it, poly cotton spandex, and so it is a little bit stiffer. And this particular one also, where it's stamped, makes it a bit stiffer. So there is your poly cotton spandex, and I'm gonna bleed over into tomorrow's a little bit because tomorrow we're talking about rayons. But this one right here is a poly rayon spandex. So it doesn't actually have the cotton in it, but it's in the French terry family. So figure out, pair all the French terries together. And this one, because it's got the polyester in it, a lot of people don't love polyester for summer because it can be hot, but with the blend, with the natural fiber of the rayon, that makes it really nice, really breathable, and you do get the benefits of the natural fibers like the wicking and that kind of thing. So this one is a lot softer, and that's kind of where your catch-22 is with the cotton. If you get the micro viscose cotton or you get the cotton modal, modal actually is a type of rayon as well. So we'll talk about that a little bit more tomorrow, but because of the rayons, then you get the really, really, really soft. The cottons by themselves tend to be a little bit stiffer in the hand, and because of that, that's what gives them that great durability. So it's kind of a trade-off. You can think about what you would rather what you're more looking for in the fabric, and that is if you want just a super, super soft feel, a really fantastic drape. You can see that this one is drapier. You have a lot of kind of flowiness as opposed to a little bit stiffer of this one. And I'm not talking a lot, you guys. It is very, very close. So if you did want to make a dress out of a stiffer one like this, you could. If you make it out of a drapier one like this, you can absolutely do that as well. The drapier ones are going to hang a bit closer to the body because of that drape. Fantastic for dresses for summer, so that kind of thing. But this one is the poly rayon spandex, and when I mentioned earlier French terries, I love to sew with French terries for my baby boy, and this one is a compliant fabric. It is the brown scales, and I made the Good Baby romper out of it. Fantastic for him. It's super breathable. It is incredibly soft. These little loops on the back side just make it just really, really nice against his sensitive skin and that kind of thing. But you also still have great durability. So he can run around, crawl around in this. You're not going to have holes in the knees and that kind of thing. It's great for the snap plackets because it does have, obviously it's reinforced with the stabilizer, sorry. But it is going to be, you know, really, really sturdy, fantastic for summer, and also great for him because, you know, he's crawling around everywhere. So there's lots of different types of the French terries. We talked about the cotton. This one is the poly rayon spandex French terry. That is what this one is as well. This is the Be Genuine top, and this one was a pre-test version, so it's a little bit different than the one that the final pattern that was released. Just so you guys know, there's some little differences here. So if it looks different because I hemmed the shoulders instead of did bands, that's why. But this one is a fantastic, it's great for a swimsuit cover-up. That is what I use this one for a lot of the time because it's got that really great breathability. It's so comfy for summer. It's really wonderful. It's nice and soft. So again, you know, it's got all those characteristics that you want in a summer fabric. There is a few other types of French terries that I don't have on hand, but you may see them on the So English website, and they're really, really great for summer as well. Baby French terry. Now be aware that the baby French terry just means the size of the loops. It's not like for babies. So baby French terry has smaller loops on the back of the fabric, and because it's got those loops, this is already really soft. The loops are really, really nice against the skin in my opinion, but those are even softer because you have even smaller little loops. So baby French terry is fantastic. Tri-blend French terries if you like that really heathered look where it's that multicolored where they're kind of woven in together. That is going to be fantastic. A brushed French terry, not necessarily the French terry that I would recommend for summer, only because, and it depends on what you're making, so take that with a grain of salt. But a lot of times the brushed fabric, it gives it kind of a fuzzy texture, and those, in my experience, tend to be a bit warmer. So you have like plush type of fabrics because they've got that brushed side on them, and they're a little bit warmer, which is not necessarily what you want if you are looking for something that is great for summer, that is really, really cool. But it depends on who you are, it depends on where you live, what you're using it for. If you're going camping, for example, you might want like brushed French terry joggers because they're going to be warmer and just super cozy and like hug you in the summer when you're sitting around your campfire. So you can look at the different characteristics of the fabric and say what is going to be best for what use you're wanting to make it for, and kind of evaluate that way. So one of my biggest drivers is we live in a desert, so I am always looking for cool, breathable, you know, really great fabrics for breathability and for heat, and because of that, cottons are fantastic. All right, so we have today gone through lots of variations of cotton. We looked at micro viscose cotton, we looked at cotton modal, French terries, we looked at cotton spandex and cotton spandex jersey blends, all different kinds, and there's even more blends on the So English website. So hopefully that gives you a little bit better of an idea of what fabrics can be used for what and kind of the different variations in cottons. One thing that we haven't talked about yet that I'll touch on really quickly is fabric weight. So all of the fabrics that I introduced to you today are considered a medium weight fabric. And you always want to check when you're looking at your fabrics in the description, it will usually say what weight it is, because sometimes you will find French terries, for example, that are either a heavy weight or a bottom weight. And what that means, think about bottom weight is bottoms of your clothes, so like pants and skirts and that kind of thing. And a bottom weight is, if you're using it on the bottoms, can work for summer. You don't necessarily want to use a bottom weight for a shirt for summer, in my experience, just because it is going to be a heavier fabric. So if you use a bottom weight for a shirt, you could use it for a hoodie. If you want to make like a fireside top or something like that, where it's off the shoulder, where it still gives you a little bit of breathability, then you can try that. But bottom weights are going to be a lot heavier. And a lot of people actually like to make leggings out of cotton spandex. I have a bunch of ready-to-wear leggings, and I didn't know this before I started sewing, but a lot of my leggings are cotton spandex, and that is because it's got great recovery, so it bounces back. They don't loosen up over the course of the day. They're durable, so you want that because, you know, if you are kneeling down to chase a toddler, that kind of thing, durability is great. But you want to be aware, too, of fabric weights because of the fact that some weights are going to be better for tops and some are better for bottoms. Bottom weight fabrics for leggings, perfect. For tops, probably too heavy in my opinion. Alright friends, thank you so much for joining me for day one of our Fabrics of Summer event. That wraps up the cottons that we are going to be going through. I hope this gave you some good information as far as what the differences are in the structures, the weights, the different blend options that you have. Like I said, there are so many different blend options and things like that, but what our goal was today is to kind of go through some of the characteristics that cotton provides specifically and why that is a great fabric for summer. So hopefully that helped. Always leave comments and questions and everything below the video if you guys have anything to add. These are always a great resource for conversations and things like that. So please feel free to do so in the comments section and leave questions. And we will see you tomorrow for rayons. Thanks so much.